Yo! Welcome to the Pacific Bitcoin Kickoff stream. I'm your host, Nico from Simply Bitcoin. We will be giving away 3 free tickets through this marathon to the Pacific Bitcoin Conference throughout the show, so make sure to stay until the very end. We have some of the best minds in the Bitcoin space, your favorite plebs, joining us today from this epic non-stop 2-hour marathon. This includes Preston, Pysh, Mark Moss, Cory, Klippsten, Dr.Jeff, James Lavish, Will Reeves, and many, many more awesome Bitcoiners. This is how it's going to work. Every panel is going to have 15 minutes on the shot clock to say anything that it needs to say, and then on to the next panel. It's going to be short, quick, to the point. We will be also asking some unexpected questions that you might not hear on other podcasts. So anyways, to introduce our first guest, the one, the only, the legendary Anders from the host. He is the host of the Toxic Happy Hour. How you doing, Anders?
I'm doing great, Nico. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm hosting that together with Poppy. Thanks for having me. I'm excited about the Pacific Bitcoin Conference, and yeah, looking forward to have fun for 15 minutes.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, and of course, the one, the only, Neil Jacobs. How you doing? He is the founder of FOMO21.com and the host of the Inside Bitcoin podcast, and of course, last but not least, Christopher. Christopher is the founder of Tremel VC. How you doing, Christopher?
I'm great. Good evening, Bitcoiners. How y'all doing?
All right. That being said, it is time to start the counter. Here we go. Shot clock is on. We under pressure. Let's get to some questions, shall we? All right. So first question to Neil Jacobs. What temperature do you like your steak, my friend?
I like it medium rare. Is that, I don't know the temp, like a cooked medium rare.
No, not 60 seconds yet. Not 60 seconds yet, Jacob. I'll let you know when it's a 60 seconds yet.
I see a shot cloud here.
No, it's good to feel under pressure. Yes, we're gonna put people on the spot, 60 seconds or less to answer specific questions, but bear with me, that has not happened yet. But it is coming. On to you, Anders. Anders, what temperature do you like your steak cooked? Answer correctly, or else a lot of people might look at you differently after.
Okay. I like my steak Pittsburgh style. Okay, and Preston Pysh should know about that because he's from there. Pittsburgh style means inside I preferred medium rare, and on the outside it's kind of charred. So well done on the outside, red on the inside. That's for me perfect.
Okay. All right. Same question to you, Christopher. What temperature do you like your steak? By the way, good answer, Anders. I've never heard of that before.
I'm a little like Anders. I can go black and blue, but I'll be honest. I'm not a man for half measures. I've always liked my steak very rare. Just a little. We're good.
Okay. I like these answers. All right. On to Neil. Neil. I'm going to put you on the spot, brother. Who is your favorite Bitcoiner? You can only pick one, and why?
Bitcoiner. I'll cop out and say Sailor. Because
but that is such a cop out, man.
Okay, but this is why.
That is shit.
This is why. The guy is and he could have just went off and coasted for the rest of his life, and he is every day evangelizing for Bitcoin. And I believe it. I don't think there's scheme going on or anything like that. I think it's like purely legit. I was not ready for this. So that's an easy answer. So I don't offend anyone.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Moving it back to Anders. What is the best part of doing Toxic Happy Hour every day? I see you guys have Max Kaiser in there almost daily.
It's really having fun. We're doing it because of the passion. So mixing, education with fun, informal atmosphere. And yeah, we're lucky. Yesterday, Max hung out for 2 hours talking about the 1987 crash and his stories from Wall Street back in the days, which is, we're grateful. And today, Hotlanot, which this morning, US time, won his trial against fake Toshi, came and hung out for 1.5 hours. So I think, we love what we're doing, and there's so many things I love about it. But hanging with my buddy Puppy, of course, is great.
I'm a huge fan of the Toxic Happy Hour. That's one of my favorite Twitter spaces. Christopher, to you, you're a Bitcoin VC. What advice would you give Bitcoin entrepreneurs looking to raise money?
Fear not. There is professional venture capital for you here now. When we first started this process back in December 2019, there had been a dearth of venture capital that was dedicated to founders building on Bitcoin. So founders always have to assess this opportunity cost, career risk whenever they're thinking about founding a company. And part of that is how to get funded. And there's been just an emergence and an early wave of professional investors, angel investors, syndicates out there that are backing these folks. And so to the degree that helps with their decision-making process, lean in. Now's the time. It's never been better.
Awesome. Back to Neil. Neil, Bitcoin. I know you like Bitcoin Twitter, man. Neil is a master. He's dropping all these meme videos all the time. So this question, especially for you, if Bitcoin Twitter disappeared, where would everybody congregate? What would take its place?
It probably would go back to Reddit. I don't know. You think it would probably go back to where it started, Reddit, Bitcoin talk forums. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be here. So I don't know what I would do without it. It's like
same question to you, Anders. If Bitcoin Twitter disappeared, where would it go?
So I was hoping I wasn't going to get that question because it's a little bit tough. But no, what I would where we would all go, I think, is I don't remember the name of it, but there is like a similar looking service like Twitter. It's called something else. You got to help me. I can't remember what it's called. It's like uncensored version. Problem is Mastodon. Nah, I don't think Mastodon, so. It's something else. Nah, but does that look exactly like Twitter? Because this one does. So yeah, I don't recall that top of my head, but that's currently uncensored, which would be awesome. But the thing is, people don't go there until there's many people there, right? It doesn't make sense now. People go to the party where the people are. Same, it's network effects, just like Bitcoin have network effects, Facebook have network effects, Google, once you have that, Amazon the same, it's hard to knock it out.
Okay. All right. Chris, what about you? What would happen? Do you hang out on Bitcoin Twitter a lot?
I never have as much time as I'd like on Bitcoin Twitter, just because it does take up a fair bit of time, but love Twitter. Been on Twitter since the early days. I switched accounts at some point. To answer the question though, if what would I think would happen? We're making some bets at TVP on this kind of future that sort of directionally returns the power to the individual, self-determination, self-ownership of data, speech, etc. And I think that there are tools. I'd be remiss not to plug one of our portfolio companies, but decentralized identity in a Bitcoin native context, like Impervious, is going to enable a lot of this power so that you can actually own. We're gonna point directionally back to the individual to re-enable the original promise of the internet. When I was a kid, I was excited because we're going to export values of free speech to the world. That's actually going to happen, and it's going to happen because of Bitcoin. It's going to happen on a Bitcoin stack.
Oh, okay. Very, very interesting. I like that. I like how you tied in with Bitcoin. I really appreciate that. Anyways, back to Anders. How has Twitter Spaces changed the Bitcoin community?
I think that a lot of us have gotten to know each other a whole lot better than what you can do within, 264 characters. So it's created a social space where a lot of the same people, circling around in different Bitcoin spaces like ours, like yours, Simply Bitcoin, Cafe Bitcoin, which is phenomenal. And so when we meet up at conferences, already we have established that, friendship. And I just think that's, it's really strengthened the social bonds, I would say.
Okay, interesting. What about you, Neil? I don't see you in Twitter Spaces that often. How would you say, I know that you like Clubhouse, so how would you say this type of technology, right? Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces, right? It's allowed strangers from all across the planet to talk amongst each other. Sometimes you have sitting presidents in there. Sometimes you have Michael Saylor. What are your thoughts on this, my friend? I think you were part of the first Clubhouse, and Clubhouse was the original Twitter Spaces. So what are your thoughts on that?
So I started doing some work with Swan on Clubhouse early 2020, but kind of died out as Twitter Spaces kind of took over. And like the internet itself, Twitter Spaces just helped level the playing field. It wasn't influencers who had the only say or podcasts with the only voices. Now anyone could basically start their own, lame podcast, and anyone could join. Their whole entire audience see that, and it's super cool because you have people like Jack Dorsey show up, anon plebs show up with like 10 followers who can contribute and add value. So I think it's great.
It's so crazy, right? It's kind of like this, like peer to peer. You're seeing that. Perhaps this is more information, but it's great, man. It's insane. Anyways, Chris, back to you. Why do you only invest in Bitcoin companies?
It's a great question. Historically in venture, we've done things that are outside of the Bitcoin ecosystem. TVP was spun out of Dustin Trammell's family office, and he was a day one Bitcoiner. We did things like applied AI companies, traditional SaaS companies, but Bitcoin has always been our North Star. And when the protocol stack was ready, we had always intended to focus on Bitcoin. We think it's one of the most important things for humanity, full stop. That founders get this backing. They're able to actually help pull the future inevitability of Bitcoin closer to the present. And it's just an exciting time. I feel like all of my life experience, work, professional, etc., kind of led to this time where we can focus on what we're doing now. And there's just literally nothing else I would rather be doing.
Yeah, man, it's definitely really exciting. We're all kind of in our own, spheres, contributing in our own way, whether that's hosting spaces, selling amazing t-shirts, making content like Neil and I, or, in the whole VC space. But anyways, back to back to Neil. Last question for you, my friend. What do you think the price of Bitcoin will be 2030 and why?
1 Bitcoin.
Oh, no, nah. That's not fair, bro. That's not
okay. So I don't really have predictions normally, but I have said I do think by 2030 will equal $10 million. That's in today's purchasing power. That's not like dollars. That's it for inflation. 10 million.
Dude, that's a.
I think no one's gonna remember and hold me to it 30, so I could get away with that kind of prediction.
The internet never forgets.
Yeah, you did say it. True. Anyways, Anders, back to you. What event made you the most bullish this year?
What event?
What Bitcoin news? What event? What happened this year that put a smile on your face? As it relates to Bitcoin?
A lot of things. Oh, that's a tough question. I gotta say, there's been so many things. I can't point out one thing. There's been many things making me bullish. Maybe it was the launch of Pacific Bitcoin. That made me bullish. It's showing a lot of promise. And then, of course, Simply Bitcoin, going podcasts and spaces 2 hours every day, and different political events across the world. But otherwise, okay. So let's say what's going on right now financially, the system coming close to a collapse. Many of the smart people in the macro space are saying that, it's getting closer to breaking somewhere, and printing is going to be inevitable. That's making me very bullish. And the current price of 20,000, absolutely ridiculously cheap. Great time to DCA. So, I think the financial system coming to probably a breakdown is making me very bullish.
Awesome. All right, Christopher, last question. What is your favorite Bitcoin book and why? It could also be an article. And keep in mind, you got 2 minutes left on the shot clock.
This is such a hard one to make a singular public endorsement of the book. I'll be honest. I've said for many years now, Safe ought to be giving me some kind of kickback because I've personally bought and mailed the Bitcoin Standard to more people than I can count. It's an interesting book. for a lot of reasons. It talks about Bitcoin, obviously, eventually, but I think to really understand Bitcoin, you have to understand the origins of money. You have to understand the things that cause certain monies to collapse. And in that context, you can really actually start the trip down the proverbial rabbit hole. And so for me, since it tells the story of money, I think that's just a great place to start. And so I guess for me, the answer to this question is like, what have I actually done? And it's purchased a lot of copies of that damn book.
What about that book do you like about it? Like, what is it? What specifically? What makes it stand out from the rest?
Well, the story of money, the history of money, all those. I like history a lot. I think it gives just deep context to things that we're seeing now. I also like the fact that I specifically disagree with a few things that Safe says in there. You know, he has very specific tastes or dislikes around modern art. You know, there's certain things that I actually appreciate in certain areas, but it actually puts a stark example on time preference, and it's illustrative, to use a certain word.
Illustrative. Okay. All right, guys, we're entering the last 30 seconds. Any last words? Any bullish thoughts? Any price predictions? Any bear feelings?
I'm this bear market. You know, I wasn't paying very close attention. It seems like there's so much more activity. So I'm bullish because of that.
Anders?
I would say you should definitely go to Pacific Bitcoin Conference when you meet with other Bitcoiners. It's going to be phenomenal. End of century price target $1 billion in today's purchasing power for Bitcoin.
I'd echo that.
All right. Your time is out, gentlemen. Your time is out. All right, guys, you are watching the Pacific Bitcoin Block Party live stream. Don't forget to take advantage of the promo code all caps party to get a major discount on your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. The next panel I'm extremely excited for. We have the one, the only, the legendary Dr.Jeff Ross. He's the founder of Vailshire Capital, Bitcoin Magazine Pro Fund Manager, and retired medical doctor. We also have Cory Klippsten, CEO and founder of Swan Bitcoin. He is the most toxic CEO on Bitcoin Twitter. And of course, we have Terrance. How you doing, Terrance?
Jeff just threw up the caution Swan's aggressive sign. Right
woo,
there.
woo, woo. Let's do it.
All right, gentlemen, I have to restart the timer. And here we go. All right, we got our 15 minutes. The 15 minutes is here we go. And all right, let's see who has the first question. It is for Dr. Jeff Ross, same as last panel. What temperature do you like your steak?
Dang. Medium rare. I don't know what temperature that is, but I like it medium rare.
Okay, fair enough.
Is that legit?
Yeah, that is legit because that's how I eat my steak. But only if no, I'm not going to say that. If it's good quality steak, I like medium rare. It's true. It's true. Anyways, to Cory. Cory, what temperature do you like your steak?
Well, dude, I'm a new Bitcoiner. I only came in. I'm class of 2017, so I don't have like the OG carnivore vibes. And I'm also like West Coast news. I'm going to preface this with a lot of excuses before the punchline, but I was actually raised vegetarian, didn't eat meat until I was 19. So the fact that I eat steak on the reg is like a huge victory for steak lovers.
Nice.
Dude, I ruin beautiful pieces of meat. I'm medium well.
I'm just kidding. My mom likes it that way.
Bro.
I understand it. It's good. It's good. It's good to be honest. Okay, Terrance, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. Same question to you, my friend. What temperature do you like your steak?
I like it rare plus. So between rare and medium rare.
That's too much. You're more hardcore than all of us combined. My girlfriend's on that level, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? The cow is still alive. Anyways, all right, Dr.
So
Jeff
Terrance
Ross.
is basically the watcher for anybody following Netflix. You know, the dude like drinking the blood in the basement. Like, pretty much the watcher.
Exactly. All right, Dr. Jeff Ross, I have something special. Jacob, the 60-second timer, por favor. Thank you, sir. All right, Dr. Jeff Ross, you have an intimate moment with Jerome Powell, and you have 60 seconds to orange pill him. What do you have to say? Anything at all?
Dude, it's so obvious. Since the creation of the Federal Reserve, the valuation of a dollar has gone down approximately 99%. The creation of the Federal Reserve was back in 1913. Inflation destroys the citizens of the country for which it's supposed to be serving. You gotta quit this whole inflation is good narrative, right? 2% inflation is just a joke. Now look at us. We're up to like 8 or 9% inflation. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, man. It's so obvious what the solution is. You need programmable money. You literally could leave today if you just said, you know what, we're going to go to a Bitcoin standard, get off this insane dollar standard. We're going to quit thinking that we have the ability to run a complex economy as complex as the United States and basically the economy of the entire world. You can't do it. We can't do it. All we need to do is move to a Bitcoin standard. We can all go just take a break, go hit it by the pool, man. You can go enjoy your private equity gains from your past life. We'll all be fine. Bitcoin standard, that's all you need. No more monetary policy. Bitcoin policy is the way to go.
Very, very nice. Wow. Good under pressure. All right,
That was
Mr.
a lot of
Powell.
pressure.
We'll put you in the back. I have more surprises for you guys. You guys are listening to the Pacific Bitcoin Kickoff stream by our friends over at Swan Bitcoin. You can take advantage of the promo code all caps party to get a major discount on your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. Now, it's on to Cory. Cory, if you're in an elevator with your favorite basketball player that loves altcoins, how would you convince them Bitcoin and not shitcoins? Jacob, 60 seconds, please.
All right, let's see. I'm going to do football player here because I don't think that Gary Payton, my favorite basketball player, actually loves shitcoins. I think he's not in it at all. But I was very disappointed to find Richard Sherman of Legion of Boom, former cornerback for the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl year 2013, did some blockchain shit in like 2017, 2018. So Richard, you're a smart guy. You got a 3.9 from Stanford, and I too was working in the Silicon Valley ecosystem and was confused by all the noise of the Silicon Valley sort of scam machine with all these altcoin pump and dumps. You've seen what's happened with them. You know at this point that only 3 out of 20,000 of these altcoins has ever had a new all-time high in Bitcoin terms 3 years after its first all-time high. That ain't the signal. The signal is Bitcoin. Let's talk again real soon. And I'm going to give you a book called Inventing Bitcoin by Jan Pritzker. It's a 2-hour read or a 2-hour listen. Once you've hit that, prompts you'll see things a little bit differently, and you'll have some questions for me, and dinner on me. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Went a little bit over your time, but it's okay, Cory. It's okay. All right, guys. Next one, Terrance. You're in an elevator with Brian Armstrong. Why is Swan Bitcoin better than Coinbase? Jacob, 60 seconds.
Brian, I invested in your company through a Coinbase fund as an LP, and I'm embarrassed. We get so many complaints from clients and customers that lost boatloads of money because you lure them in with Bitcoin and then you sell them shitcoins and leverage. You do these things have them take quizzes on these shitcoins to earn free shitcoins, and you entice them to leverage and buy these shitcoins instead of buy and hold, which you yourself and your family, the people you care about, that is what they are doing. They are not shitcoining and trying to buy these pump and dumps after the VCs dump on their heads after the coins are listed on your exchange. Shame on you. You must repent and you must shift to Swan's model. Thank you.
Okay. Very, 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 very nice. I also want to thank our guests for coming today. Thank you, Jerome Powell, and thank you, Brian Armstrong. I really appreciate you coming, joining the Pacific Bitcoin Kickoff stream by Swan Bitcoin. Also, guys, you're watching this. Take advantage of the promo code down below, party, all caps, to get a major discount to your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. All right, back to Dr. Jeff Ross. What is your favorite Bitcoin article or book?
Oh, well, I hate saying this because I know everybody else is saying this, but the Bitcoin standard, that's what actually changed my life and put me on this trajectory down the rabbit hole and where I'm a fanatic now. So I got to go with the Bitcoin standard.
Okay, I like that. I love the Bitcoin standard. Have you read the fiat standard?
My wife has. I have not read it. It's on my
Okay.
reading list. I have a to-do list like that high. So it's in there.
What's really interesting is the fiat standard is actually thicker than the Bitcoin standard. Interesting how that works.
Of course
right?
it is.
Oh man. Okay, same question to you, Cory Klippsten. What is your favorite book or article?
About Bitcoin?
Anything that relates to Bitcoin. It could be about life though, also.
Good. Yeah. I'll stick to the Bitcoin article. I still think as far as an article, I still think Vijay Boyapati's I think it's 37 minutes is how they time it out, but the bullish case for Bitcoin is the best single one article on Bitcoin. And I'd say hands down by far the best book on the subject is Inventing Bitcoin by Jan Pritzker. That's why I chased him down and ended up starting the company with him, because it's just so damn good.
So why is the bullish case for Bitcoin your favorite article?
It's just like it has all of the important elements very concisely stated. So like I've never seen anything else that isn't missing something if it's shorter, or has something that's like not as necessary if it's longer. So I just think it's kind of the perfect length to make the case in that sort of like 30 to 40 minute one meal read or listen.
Interesting. Yeah, no, it's definitely one of my favorite articles I've actually read. Next one for Terrance. What do you like about the Bitcoin industry that you disliked about Wall Street?
Oh, wow. Okay, so number one, the people in the Bitcoin industry are on a mission. I've never seen anything like it. I've worked on the Obama campaign where people are on a mission in 2008. That was a historic movement. And on Wall Street, I worked with some of the smartest people who were working on new products, but it was kind of amoral, right? But I feel like the people in Bitcoin are really on a mission to help other people. I noticed Jeff smiling. Okay, so Wall Street was the parts I worked on, I would argue, were relatively amoral. Parts of it were pretty evil and scummy, consistent with the caricature, the two-dimensional caricature that people had of it. But I would say, number one, people in Bitcoin tend to be in it for the right reasons. They want to help their families. They want to help themselves. They want to help their kids and help their neighbors. And just, fellow people, live a better life and escape tyranny from government, censorship, confiscation, and big companies and big banks that control the economy. They want a level playing field for all. So I think it's very, very different in Wall Street in terms of the why. Know your why.
Beautiful answer. So, Dr. Jeff Ross, looks like you are the final question, but I'm going to tie this in with something that Cory says about the bright orange future. This is a very basic question, but I do want to get your perspective. Has Bitcoin given you hope about the future, and why?
Oh, for sure. I mean, when I spend my days studying the fiat system, right, the traditional finance system, it's where I came from. All that I see when I look down that path is death and despair and unhappiness and hunger and anger and war and all of that stuff. When I look down what life will be like on a Bitcoin standard, and by the way, it's going to be a tumultuous segue into the Bitcoin standard. I think of hope. I call it the age of legends. I think people are going to go from having high time preference to low time preference. They're going to go back to building things that last, things that we think about building for generations, where we're less concerned about, the fiat costs. We're going to live in a period of abundance versus a period of scarcity. Everything about it is going to be fantastic. We're going to put away all this garbage we get, this plastic trinkets that break after a day or two, like this. This is my screaming goat. See that? Listen. This stuff isn't even going to exist someday, because on a Bitcoin standard, I'm going to have an actual screaming goat in my house and hanging out with. So life is going to be very different. I'm looking forward to life on a Bitcoin standard. Our kids, our grandkids, our great grandkids are going to love it. It's going to be a much better world.
Hell yeah. All right, gentlemen, we are in the last 30-second timer. If you have some bullish thoughts, ideas, take advantage of it. Take advantage of the time. While you guys are thinking, take advantage of the promo code all caps party to get a major discount on your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. Anybody?
I'll jump in quick.
Yep.
The macro looks terrible. This is going to continue to be a sat stacker's paradise. Don't miss out on the cheap corn while it's cheap, because it's not going to be cheap forever.
Last words from Dr. Jeff Ross. All right, gentlemen, Terrance, Cory, Dr. Jeff Ross, thank you so much for joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next panel includes Camila Campton, Andy Tomer. Camila Campton is a team member at Swan. Andy is a managing director at Swan Private, and Tomer is the editor-in-chief of Swan as well. Let's start the shot clock. Let's do this. All right, how you guys all doing?
Really good.
I'm doing great.
Like a little-
These are some of my favorite swans. Some of my favorite swans on right now.
This is hectic. There's so many things going on. All right. Getting to the questions. Camila, do you prefer to say sats or satoshis?
Both. Next question.
Okay. Andy, same question. Do you prefer to say sats or satoshis?
Sats.
All right. Tomer, sats or satoshis?
I probably lean towards saying satoshis when I'm actually. It feels like you're getting more when you get a whole satoshi than just a simple sat.
Okay, interesting. All right, let's
Well,
play
you
some.
want to know what's really funny?
Yeah.
I just want to say something real quick. We also have to be careful with just sats, because a lot of people know what it means. And sometimes I get emails like people just asking, what are sats? I'm trying to buy Bitcoin.
Oh, looks like we might. Oh, you cut off. But you're back. Now you're back. Oh, man.
Okay. Some people don't know it's so. It's just
that's
good
true.
to educate people.
Do you know there's some people who don't know what satoshis are? Probably.
It's true.
Believe it or not, not yet.
It's true. Okay, so fun game. Shout out to Chris. It's called Show and Tell. Grab the closest Bitcoin related item. Bitcoin prized possession. Obviously, it should not be private keys. And show it off, please. Tomer's off to the races. Andy?
All right.
Sorry,
I'm in my kitchen.
This is not a plant. This is truthful.
Okay, one item at a time. All right, Camila, what are you showing off?
I'm showing you it says hodl, because that's what we are. We're hodlers. Actually, pretty good merch, because it's good with. If you're not a Bitcoiner, you don't really know what hodl means. So.
Okay, good score. All right, Tomer, what do you have for us?
The closest thing, although maybe in my freezer, I've actually got a Bitcoin ice cube tray, but I reached over to the cup pantry, and it's my cup that says "Ask me about Bitcoin."
Okay, so you didn't kill a plant.
I didn't kill a plant.
Okay, thank God. Just making sure.
It's just a cup.
Andy, what did you get?
Can you see the Bitcoin logo? To me, it's backward.
It is backwards. I think you can mirror the screen though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for sharing all those objects, and thank you for Chris for coming up with the idea. I think it was a fun thing. So, Camila, this is a special tailored question for you. At what age are you going to start teaching your baby about Bitcoin, and why?
Apparently, at this stage of pregnancy, they can hear what you're saying. Talk about Bitcoin all the time, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to be little hodlers when they come out. So I think you just need to start.
Okay.
Sorry, my internet's a little up, but yeah, as soon as possible. There's no time to waste.
That's a good answer. Andy, let's go to you,
Yeah,
my
it's
friend.
important to use other important words when they're in development, like scammer and shitcoin and other important terms of art, terms of the trade. My youngest is 1.5, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I've spoiled her vocabulary for. She's gonna get in trouble at school. Let me put it that way.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but it's good. It's good to It's good to teach them about sound money. It's really as simple as that, but I'm glad. Anyways, all right. Back to Andy. What has you the most concerned about Bitcoin's future and why?
Most concerned about Bitcoin's future, I guess. I don't know that not enough people will participate soon enough. That they'll be kicking themselves because they weren't accumulating, they weren't stacking sats in the bear market, and they'll imagine the psychological anguish that comes with knowing that you know someone, friend, family member who was pleading with you to pay attention, and you didn't take advantage while you could when it was early. Now the good news is it's always early, so you'll always get paid to adopt Bitcoin going forward. But I guess I don't know. I guess I worry about the psychological pain some will endure. There's nothing I can do about it, though.
There's nothing, but what if? But some of it falls into your hands. There's at least something you can't fix it all, but you can play a small part.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone on this everyone on this live stream, everyone in the chat does their small part to educate, and that's the best we can do.
Amen to that. All right, Tomer, back to you. And I picked this one specifically for you. How does Bitcoin change you as an individual?
Well, it depends where you're starting from, but I think the typical case is we're all a little bit money hungry. We lust for wealth. We see other people with wealth, and we're jealous of them, and we want to have the things that they have, that we see that other people have. And we hear about Bitcoin, and we hear it's a get rich quick scheme in a sense. Someone got really rich off of it really quick, and so we're enticed and we're curious, and we buy some Bitcoin or speculate on it, and then we start to learn about it a little bit more. And we learn about sound money, and we learn about honest money, and we learn about the dishonesty in society. And if we stick with Bitcoin, we are making the choice to stick with honesty and fairness and rules that can't be broken. And everyone's equal under the system, and we're all peers, and there's no rulers and no people who can take advantage of the rules or change them on other people. And before you know it, you've changed into someone who really believes very strongly in justice and individual rights and what's fair and what's right. And so it's this reverse trap. It lures you in as a greedy, selfish, money-lusting person, and turns you into a low time preference member of the worldwide society of individuals who want to be treated fairly and deserve fair treatment. That's just a bit. That's a bit of the journey. I mean, it gets spiritual for lots of other people, but just that very fundamental pivot from thinking that what you want is unlimited wealth to be frivolous with, to actually wanting something that money can't buy, which is fairness for everybody and integrity and peace and lots of those other really nice things that you can't buy with money.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so I'm going to pass it on to Andy. Andy, how has Bitcoin changed you as an individual versus when you were still in the fiat matrix?
Yeah, it's definitely lengthened my time horizon, improved my time preference, reduced my time preference. Just taking a longer term view, I would say, toward many things in life, including my health. That's been I think a major piece for me. It's helped me prioritize health, family, things that are more important than just chasing that extra fiat dollar or running a little bit faster on the fiat treadmill, the legacy traditional finance treadmill in particular. So I think that's what it's done for me. The other thing too is it's just opened up a whole amazing community. I never dreamed I would have good friends in this space, like-minded individuals who are both brilliant and kind, and so it's a whole new world for me in terms of this community. I'm so grateful for everyone that's a part of it.
Awesome. Beautiful answer, right? Bitcoin, just what the Kaiser quote is so on point, right? You don't change Bitcoin, Bitcoin changes you. And I feel like no one's immune to that. Last but not least, Camila, how has Bitcoin changed you?
I think it has just proven to me that there is hope in the world. I feel like especially younger generations just feel completely doomed, and that there is no way out of all this craziness that's in the world right now. But Bitcoin just gave me that tool that made me see the light at the end of the tunnel. And now I'm super optimistic about life, about the life that I can build with my husband, now the kid that's on the way, and just show that, you know, if this is possible for us Bitcoiners, Bitcoin is for everyone. So this is possible for anyone else that wants to adopt this tool and use it in their life. So that's how it's changed me. I feel like it just made me even more optimistic than I was before, which is awesome.
Now, all you guys, and including myself too, and Opti as well, right? It's very similar answers, right? It's changed your perspective. And now, unlike the world of fiat, you're actually hopeful for the future, right? And imagine if the whole world, imagine if a good portion of the world had that software update. I think it would be a much, much beautiful world, much prettier world. Anyways, back to Andy. Andy, I'm going to change it up. We're going to do a radical pivot. What will the price of Bitcoin be the next halving top? Oh, yeah, that's right. I said it.
All right.
And to make it more intense, I'm going to add Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music.
Does that mean I can ask the audience?
You totally can.
Phone a friend.
You totally can ask the audience. Ask the live chat.
What was the other option? Ask the audience, phone a friend.
It was like eliminate an option or something.
That's what it was. 50-50. You eliminate two options. Okay, so we're going to, on 50-50, we're going to eliminate 0. And we're going to eliminate 10 million. And I think I can narrow it down to, how about I'll say six figures. I don't think we get to 7, but definitely in the 6 figures.
Okay, 6 figures. Okay, so
not too exciting, pretty conservative. You can see I've been burned from my last 6-figure call.
Why? Speaking of that, why do you think everybody got it wrong last cycle? Was it the China ban? What do you think? What's your perspective on that?
So I think that many people, including myself, thought it was more likely than not that we would get a blow off exponential top, right? And it didn't happen. I mostly blame the Fed, for cutting that short, although I could also blame the futures ETF as well. But, it's a long-term game. I mean, speaking of the time preference, those short-term price predictions, they used to interest me a lot more than they do anymore. But in the long run, number goes up, and we can be patient for that. At least I think now I can.
Absolutely. Guys, I want to take 20 seconds to tell you, you can win. You have a chance to win a free ticket to Pacific Bitcoin. You got to go to swanbitcoin.com/PB giveaway. Enter to get a chance to win a free ticket to Pacific Bitcoin. We will read out the winners during the show. Go right now. We're giving away 3 free tickets throughout the show. Anyways, back to Tomer. Tomer, what Bitcoin event made you the happiest this year?
Well, it was Bitcoin Miami. It was the only one I really managed to get to. And
no, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a conference.
You don't mean a conference in that sense. You mean what event in Bitcoin?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's in such a quick moment. I honestly can't. I can't think of any particular event that happened that made me that much happier than another. Because to me, it's Bitcoin's existence that I'm so excited about. Right? Like no matter what happens, it's TikTok next block. So nothing changes in Bitcoin. It is just this guaranteed promise of this guaranteed process that keeps on coming along. And I can go to sleep tonight and know that I'm going to wake up in the morning and everything's still going to be exactly the same about Bitcoin as what I was promised and as what I expected it to be. So it's just like every time a block is found, every time a difficulty adjustment takes place, every time a halving takes place, those are all great moments because they're all revalidations of the efficacy and unbreakability of the system.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that's exactly why I asked you that question. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
I've got someone hiding behind me here.
They want to crash the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in your last 30 seconds of this panel. Do you guys have some closing thoughts, bullish thoughts, ideas, feelings? Now's your time. Or forever hold your peace.
Make sure you buy.
Andy?
Oh,
Tomer?
man. Come to Pacific Bitcoin. Come hang out with awesome Bitcoiners.
Take advantage of the promo code all caps party to get a major discount on your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. Guys, thank you so much. The time is up.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. I want to announce the winner of the first ticket. Ticket winner number 1, general admission pass to attend Pacific Bitcoin. His name is Brent Zempel. We will be in touch via email. So first winner, congratulations to them, Brent Zempel. There are 2 tickets left. Make sure to click on the URL, swanbitcoin.com/PB giveaway. Anyways, I want to introduce my next panel. Let's check it out. We have Sam Callahan and Optimus Fields. Sam Callahan is the lead analyst at Swan, and Optimus Fields is Simply Bitcoin's co-host. How you guys doing?
What's up, guys?
Oh, and Guy Swan. Oh my God, he crashed the stream. That was not planned.
I'm sneaking right in here. How's it going, guys?
Sneaking right in. Guy Swan is here. All right, everybody. Let me start the clock, and we shall do this. All right, 15 minutes on the shot clock over there. Let's do it. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. So first question for Optimus Field. Smash buy or dollar cost average? Opti, we can't hear you, bro.
Silence.
All right, Matt, moving on. Sam Callahan, smash buy or dollar cost average?
What's the question? Is that what's the better strategy?
No, which one do you prefer?
Oh man, I like a little bit of a mix, dude. To be honest with you, I always dollar cost average. So I always have a savings plan with Swan going. Literally never stopped it since I started it. So I buy every single day, and I feel like that's my duty to support Freedom Money and the network. I take pride in being the buyer of last resort when it drops. So if I do have cash, then I smash buy. Or if I'm just feeling bullish and I'm out, I smash buy. It just makes me feel good. It's like a little dopamine.
It is, isn't it? Right? I wake up in the morning. I don't drink coffee. I just smash buy. Oh, yeah. I love it. All right. Guy Swan, smash buy or DCA?
100% both. You can't. There's no way to choose because you have to have an automatic, like it just always purchases. And then I smash buy like 10 different ways. Like I rebuy on strike when I go out to get coffee and stuff. Like I just stack the same amount anytime I'm doing like a small amount to like negate some bad habit or whatever. It's a great way to control habits. Is that like you're like, okay, I was gonna waste money on this. It's like instead I'm gonna buy sats. And then if I get like some big red candles, I'm just like Swan app, boom. Like I can be like $1,000 in the hole this month. And like, you just have to stack. There's no way. There's too much stacking for both to not be part of your repertoire.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I still like to smash buy. That dopamine rush is addicting, and I love it. Anyways, guys, you're listening to the Pacific Bitcoin Kickoff stream by Swan Bitcoin. enter in the giveaway, swanbitcoin.com/PB giveaway. Get in for a chance to win a ticket to Pacific Bitcoin. We already have one winner. There's two tickets left. Anyways, I'm going to put Guy Swan.
Wait, Nico, let me answer. I'm
he's
back.
back.
I'm back.
He's back.
I am obviously a smash buyer. I capitulate my fiat instantly. If I had any fiat to buy Bitcoin, I'd obviously be on a DCA, but I capitulate my fiat instantly. So smash buyer. Hit the button. Hit the button.
I respect that.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. All right, Guy. You're going to be on the spot, my friend. You are going to be having a discussion with Christine Lagarde.
Oh, wow.
Christine, you have 60 seconds with Christine Lagarde to pitch her Bitcoin. And I'm going to start the 60 seconds once again. And to make it dramatic, that's right, there's going to be dramatic music.
Oh, we're going. It's not working.
It is on
It's not
YouTube.
working.
It is on YouTube, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's very sad. That's very sad.
Try the side of the restream studio.
I don't think there's a good way to convince Christine Lagarde. Christine, honestly, everything that you have done, are we in a better situation? Is this providing the results that you thought it was going to provide? If you actually care about the global economy, if you actually care about the stability of the money, did everything you thought was going to happen? Or did it fail miserably? Or did the management of this institution make our currencies look like an embarrassment? What if we just stopped trying to manage it? What if we just set something simple and easy to understand and we let the economy do its job?
You've run out of time, my friend, but you absolutely murdered it. All right. Producer Jacob, thank you so much. I'm going to try to re-upload the clip, see if it works out, because, ladies and gentlemen, I have Sam Callahan on the line, and yeah, that's right. We are going to make him, maybe not Christine Lagarde, but our friend, Augustin. Here we go. All right, let's start the clock one more time. Producer Jacob. There we go. And the music. Here we go. All right, Sam Callahan. You have to convince Augustin Carson why Bitcoin and why not central bank digital currencies. You have 60 seconds. The world is depending on you.
Central bank digital currencies are doomed to fail. Central planning, you're going to destroy the financial system. If you incorporate it into the financial system, it's going to blow up in your face. So you might as well just adopt Bitcoin. You've been looking for a solution to cross-border payments for so freaking long, and it's right in front of your face with Lightning Network. I cannot look at this and say that you are making a huge mistake by not adopting Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. It's free. It's basically feeless. You've been trying to do this forever, man. Like literally, you guys have been searching for this problem to solve cross-border payments. And it's happening right now, right in front of your face. And all you got to do is step aside. Just step aside, let Bitcoin do its thing, let Lightning do its thing, and you guys can just retire. You can just totally dismantle your entire organization and just go eat as many fucking cheeseburgers as you'd like.
Oh man. Okay, you absolutely killed it. You did really, really great. Okay. Switching back to Lagarde, 60 seconds with Opti. Here we go. One more time. All right, I have to tell you guys about Christine Lagarde and Opti. You want to know why Christine Lagarde hates Bitcoin so much? Opti dumped Christine Lagarde, and it has never been the same. Jacob, 60 seconds, please.
All right. Well, babe. We're back here again. And wait, is my timer on? I don't know if the timer's on.
We got it. There it is. It's here. It's ready to go.
Okay. Well, babe, I know I dumped you. I know it didn't work out between us. And I do feel bad about it. Of course I feel bad about it, but we got to think about the children. And we both like money, right? And Bitcoin is the best money. And we're going to build a legacy. Maybe not with me. I know it didn't work out between us, but the next man, you need to ensure that the children have money, because Bitcoin is for the children. And number will go up. And with number going up, freedom will go up. And I want to live in a world where the children are more free, where we stop robbing the world of our wealth. But I know, hey, I know your friends. I remember hanging out with your friends, and, you know, I'm not a fan of your friends, but hey, we can still work this out. Maybe all you got to do is just smash buy Bitcoin, use your Cantillon insider effects to continue to stack more Bitcoin, and get a bag for the children. Bitcoin is for the children. Bitcoin is hope.
All right. You're out of time. All you gentlemen absolutely murdered it. Nico's back. We got to get them out of here. Too much like darkness here. Anyways, guys, you're listening to the Pacific Bitcoin Kickoff stream by Swan Bitcoin. You can take advantage of the promo code PARTY. And you could also, you stick around, you have a chance to win a free ticket to Pacific Bitcoin. Go to swanbitcoin.com/the PB giveaway for a chance to win a free ticket to the Pacific Bitcoin Conference. Anyways, back to Sam Callahan. Why will Bitcoin eventually beat central bank digital currencies?
Oh, wow. Well, I just think it's a better product. I mean, literally. I think people will see a central bank digital currency and they'll be like, hey, look at this. This is great. You can surveil us. You can just control us however you want. It's the same inflationary policies just built into this dystopian technology. Like, let me get some of that. That sounds great. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think people are going to see Bitcoin and see it as diametrically opposed. And it'll be, hey, this thing is permissionless and nobody can control it and nobody can inflate it and nobody can censor it. Like, this is awesome. I'm going to choose this. And I think that dynamic of just winning on properties, I think in the long term, that's just gonna do it. They can try to coerce it on people, but I think Bitcoin just wins based on being better money.
Absolutely, and I agree with that. My bet is on incentives rather than the sticks, and I think the only thing they have are sticks. Anyways, back to Guy Swan. What are you most anticipating in the next 5 years?
In regards to Bitcoin specifically, or just in general? I would say,
I mean, dude, like the reason I didn't mention Bitcoin is I think that Bitcoin's going to play a major role in the next 5 years. Maybe I should have led it with that. I apologize.
Default. Yeah. Okay. So I'm incredibly excited to see. I think we're entering that phase. When I look back at like kind of the history of BitTorrent and the history of the internet itself, I think there were these infrastructure shifts, particularly in the internet is a really good example, is the shift to digital infrastructure, even though everyone was still carrying around analog devices. And I think we're pretty aggressively entering the door. Like we're running to the door right now to the point where Bitcoin becomes the back-end infrastructure, and it starts to fill in the cracks of the fiat system. Essentially, it will make fiat work better before it replaces it, before it becomes the more liquid good, simply because fiat can't work the way the modern world needs fiat to work unless it is using a settlement as certain and as global and as frictionless as Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. So just like the entire economy was basically stuck on analog devices, but the back-end infrastructure of communication switched to digital, switched to packet switching, and essentially the internet before we had the end of the line smartphone and the cell phone really come into its own, probably like 10 or 11, 12 years later, really. We were all using the internet without knowing we were using the internet. And with the pace that things are moving, I think it will become a necessity very, very quickly, especially with as bad as the political frictions are becoming. Like we're talking about the permissioned and walled gardens getting worse, getting even more permissioned, and the walls getting higher rather than the opposite in the fiat system. Whereas there's not even a ghost of a thought that they exist when it comes to interacting with Bitcoin. Like they just aren't there. So that is what I'm most interested, or at least off the top of my head, that's something that I'm incredibly interested to watch take place in the next 4 or 5 years.
Wow. Super freaking bullish, man. I'm going to give you a round of applause for that. Incredible. Anyways, to Opti, it's your turn. Let's check it out. If your boss wasn't listening and he was looking the other way, what would you say about him?
Well, my ex-boss was my dad, so I would say that he's lovely and also kind of a little strict, but I love my family and I'll never say anything bad about them. So you're great. Can't wait to see you when I get to Pacific Bitcoin, because I'm going back to Cali. Guys.
Oh, man. I meant to put you on the spot. It clearly did not work. All right. Back to Opti. What news made you most bullish this year, my friend?
Well, man, first and foremost, I think the first news is like my personal news of joining you on Simply Bitcoin. That's just my most bullish thing for me this year, is just unleashing the human capital that is Opti. But furthermore, I think just the fact that we're seeing Bitcoin be adopted everywhere around the world, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in Latin America, whether it's even, like in Russia or whatever, like the world is adopting Bitcoin at a breakneck speed. Individuals are waking up to the idea of the sound money gospel, like we always talk about. And I'm just excited, like I just started this off, unlocking the human capital that is the individual out there in the world, I think is the most bullish thing that we can see. And while sats are low, the price signal of Bitcoin is relatively low and people are tuning out. It's an opportunity for the average person to continue to stack Bitcoin and get themselves a nice little pie of Bitcoin right now. And it's just, man, it's hard not to be bullish out there. It's Bitcoin's being adopted, guys. Like, who would have thunk it? People are waking up to the idea that Bitcoin is better money. Oh my goodness. It's almost like Bitcoin incentives work.
All right, guys, we are in the last 30 seconds. Bullish thoughts, ideas, feelings, 20 seconds.
I think the most bullish thing is Ethereum.
Straight up.
That was a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 seconds left.
The most bullish statement: there's 21 million Bitcoin, and you can get one whole Bitcoin right now for under 20K.
All right. The next panel. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Guy. Thank you, Opti. All right, everybody. The next panel. You are listening to the Pacific Bitcoin kickoff stream by Swan Bitcoin. I'm your host, Nico from Simply Bitcoin. Let's get to it. Let's see who the next panelists are. We have the legendary, the one and only Surfer Jim and Alex. Alex is the managing director at Swan Private and Surfer Jim. He's a Bitcoiner and a surfer. How you doing, gentlemen?
Outstanding.
I'm good.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Jim.
All right.
What's up, Jim? Yep.
I can
hear
hear
you
you.
again.
I'm doing good, man. Doing
I can
good.
hear you. All right, guys. So let's start the clock. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. We have 15 minutes, gentlemen. First start. Let's start with this. What temperature do you like your steak, Surfer Jim?
Oh yeah, boy. I used to be like a medium to medium well guy until I really understood how important steak is, and now I get really close to rare now, man. Definitely like medium rare is good. Nice and charred on the outside and nice and pink on the inside. Nice and soft.
Okay. All right. Alex, what about you?
No longer moving.
What does that mean?
Just barely no longer moving.
Yeah, it's been properly killed.
Like
So, like,
rare is good enough, like full on caveman.
Oh man, just like that rare. Holy crap. Okay. All right. Well, we have a winner apparently, and I'm looking for the right sound effect for this. Okay, I can do an applause. The second winner to the free Pacific Bitcoin ticket is Ross Klinger. He won a Pacific Bitcoin general admission pass winner. So shout out to you, brother. Guys, you have a chance of winning. There's one more ticket left. You got to go to swanbitcoin.com/PB giveaway for a chance to win a free ticket to Pacific Bitcoin. I think I just saw Mark Moss drop in, drop out. There we go. How you doing? And we have the one, the only, the legendary Mark Moss of the Mark Moss YouTube show. How you doing, Mark?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Audio?
hear you. A little choppy.
All right. I'm having a little.
It's a little choppy, but it's all right. Mark, what temperature do you like your steak?
Medium.
Medium. All right. Okay. So, next question. Surfer Jim, do Bitcoin and surfing have anything in common?
Yeah, there's a purity to both of them. You can't really fake surfing. You have to align with the energy that's the ocean is presenting to you. And it's really never ever the same. It's a type of truth. I kind of find that, if you can do it, you can do it. And if you can't, you can't. It's just not this thing. Like you can't surf halfway. You're either riding the wave or not. You can kind of golf halfway. You can hit the ball all over the place and eventually get it in. And, you can give yourself a score. I feel it's like it's a little bit different. It's just got this weird purity to it. And I just feel like Bitcoin is a type of pure discovery that, you have to align with it. That's the thing. Once you figure it out, aligning with it makes a lot of sense and it gets you where you want to go. Best thing I can come up with off the cuff there. Yeah, I watched what you've been doing here. And I'm like, oh, shit, man. What's he going to throw at us, man? Everything's different. I love it, though. You're doing great. Go ahead.
Appreciate it, Jim. Thank you. Yes. Speaking of curveballs, I have a curveball for Mark. So he has six. Go ahead.
Add on to that, if my audio.
Oh, that's right.
The reason why my audio is so bad. Go.
Oh no. All right. So we might only. Yeah, we can. But I think
turn off your audio. I mean your video and your audio.
Oh yeah. If you turn off your video, your audio might get better, Mark. See if that
does that make my audio any better?
It's 100 times better.
Way better. Way better.
Yeah, way better. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sweet.
Well, I'll say until you guys can handle Mexico. I here some ways for Jim about it later.
Oh man. Well, Mark's surfing so hard.
Damn it.
I mean, it's best places to surf, right? Where there isn't good internet. Is that true, Jim?
Well, yeah, it probably is. Although internet's getting to all kinds of third world places, it's kind of amazing what I've been watching happen over the decades. But I think he said he's been PR and they just got shredded by a hurricane. So.
Yep. I was there too. I was cooking steaks without the lights on. It was great. It was great. Anyways, I'm gonna put Alex on the spot. I had this for Mark, but I think Alex could handle it. So. Let's do it. Alex, I'm going to give you 60 seconds with our favorite central banker. I'm going to give you 60 seconds with Powell. You have to convince him why Bitcoin is a good thing. Jacob, you ready? You're on the clock.
Jerome Powell. I'm not sure that I'm going to convince this dude to believe or use Bitcoin, but I will say that central banking is evil. 1913, creation of the Federal Reserve is one of the worst things that's ever happened to the United States of America. Fiat money is a huge problem. All it does is siphon the wealth away from the middle class and the masses of the population and forces it into the hands of a small group of people. It's completely unjust and unfair. So you should hang up. If you have any fiber or shred of decency in your entire body, you should hang it up. You should admit that, hey, if we keep doing this, we're going to ruin this entire thing for future generations. So you got to just look yourself in the mirror and think to yourself, hey, am I the kind of guy that wants to be at the helm of that? There you go.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. And I have one for Surfer Jim. Surfer Jim.
Oh no!
I got a very special guest for you. I have the one, the only. That's right. He's here. Jacob, timer, please. All right, Surfer Jim.
I was ready for an evil parasite, world lead type. Peter Schiff, man, what's up, dude? You really need to. Well, we all think you might be secretly hoarding some Bitcoin because I don't think you're stupid enough to have missed it at this point. So if you're gonna keep playing your act because of your gold business, that's kind of a little disingenuous to your clients and stuff. So either you really don't get it, which I'm kind of shocked you haven't figured it out by now, or you're kind of playing here and that's not really right. So I think you ought to straighten it up, man, one way or the other, man. You're definitely missing it on Bitcoin, and you're kind of missing it on gold, it seems, although it's probably the second best thing on the planet, so maybe you're not far wrong, but I don't know why you're digging your heels in the way you are. I'd be happy to sit down with you, explain how the system actually works. Maybe nobody's ever done that, or you never looked it out. I don't know why you wouldn't have by now. I know your kid's into it. Yeah, I'd love to hear the dinner conversations, what he actually tries to tell you. But I don't know, bro. You should come to our side. You'll look like a hero if you do, man. Be humble. Stack some sats.
All right, awesome, Surfer Jim, you killed it. I think you might have convinced Schiff a little bit. All right, gentlemen, back to some of the questions. Back to Alex. Being a Bitcoin educator, what have you learned that the rest of us perhaps might be unaware of?
You're muted.
The rest of us is in the rest of the world, or the rest?
No. As in people, based on what you do, what you work, your unique position, and in being a Bitcoin educator, man. What do you think you've learned? What things have you picked up on that perhaps other people that maybe don't work in Bitcoin, maybe they have normie jobs, or maybe they have fiat jobs, right? Perhaps that they don't see. What perspective from what have you learned being a Bitcoin educator that you think is interesting?
I think being super authentic is the most important thing. I think fiat world is all about coming in and trying to be the pro, trying to be the expert, trying to appear that you know everything, and that's just not the way it is in Bitcoin. We got to come to this thing with humility and understand we don't understand all this. Nobody does. We're all here to learn. So if we can come to it like that with an open mind, like we, being a student, I think that's the best way.
I like that. Being authentic, being real. And it's crazy, but do you think that it would be impossible to do that in the fiat world if you had a fiat job? Does it require for you?
I think there's a lot of games that are played in the fiat world that you don't really necessarily see in the Bitcoin world. There's a lot of pretensions and a lot of airs that are put on by people that are completely unnecessary.
Interesting. Very deep, man. Surfer Jim, you want to add to that? What are your thoughts?
Oh, so I wasn't even really paying attention to the exact question that you answered. He did seem a little philosophical there. I was actually thinking of some. So if you don't mind, I would like to mention something about both of you two as educators and commentators and voices in the Bitcoin space. Nico, you may not know this, but way back at the beginning of Bitcoin kindergarten, when I didn't know you and you showed up one night, I was a little like, whoa, who's this guy with all this energy and like freaking out? Like you were going off, and I thought, holy crap, man. And I talked to Optimus and Nick, who had started that thing, and I said, yo, your boy Nico, man, be careful. He's a little rough around the edges, man. You got to get him to like tone it down a little, keep the enthusiasm, but make it look professional. And I just watched what you've been doing over the years, dude. And I'm watching you tonight. I'm going, man, this guy's really done it. He's really stepped it up. He's really become an actual professional in this business. And I'm like, I'm so proud of you, bro. I think you're doing a freaking amazing job. And then I watch Alex every day on Swan Bitcoin. He manages the best, most organized space on all of Bitcoin Twitter. I mean, seriously, his space runs on time. The guests come in and out. He keeps everything flowing. He's always got questions. He's paying a shit ton of attention, this guy. He knows about what's going being said. It's like he never fades off into the distance. Oh, wait, what was that? I mean, it's just so professional, both of you guys. I just got to say that this whole space is getting more and more professional. And the fact that I get to hang out and talk with you guys like we're buddies, we all know each other, we've all met. It's just so so cool, man. We get to help people learn about Bitcoin while we're doing it. I'm freaking passionate as could be. You guys know that. I build houses for a living. You know, what is this Bitcoin thing? I just see what it is for humanity, and I just can't, you know, I can't look away, and I'm compelled to help other people not look away. That's why I'm here, you know. So anyway, I love you guys, man. I think you guys are doing a fantastic job for you, not only yourselves, your careers, and that kind of thing, but for the Bitcoin community and everybody that tunes in. So thanks.
Thanks, man. I love you too, Jim.
Yeah, love you too, Jim. And I really appreciate those kind words. I think, bro, I was 28, 27, 28 when I first put my.
It's been a while. We met. It's been a few years now. I've known you. I just met Alex in Texas a few months ago, and you know, but we've known each other for a few more months beyond that on Bitcoin. But it's, you know, it's great space, man. It's great people. I've been watching this whole stream. I know pretty much everybody that's been on here. I've met them at a conference. It's just great, man. Anyway, dude, you got questions? It's your show. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Let's go back
Alex knows
to
I can talk.
You buried the lead right there. Just right now, you put a little piece of signal right at the conferences. What happens at conferences, Jim?
Oh.
You were actually the first person to convince me and Opti to go to BitBlock Boom, and it was on Bitcoin Kindergarten. And then you said, Nico, you got to come to this. Why don't you tell everybody what you told me? And guys, that being said, this is why you should go to Pacific Bitcoin, promo code PARTY to get a major discount on your ticket.
There you go. I don't know exactly what I said to you, other than you have to go, because when you meet people in person and you feel the energy, it's life changing, and you make friends, you know, all over the world that'll be friends for life. And I think after you guys both went, you both agreed it was worth every penny. And what I said, whatever it was I said, similar to that, it was true. You guys had, you know, it's like a life-changing experience kind of thing. And I think Pacific Bitcoin is going to be just like that because of the people involved, the purity of the type of event, that it's a Bitcoin-only thing. Southern Cal in November is a pretty nice place to be in this country, you know, weather-wise. So it's got a lot good going for it. So I highly recommend anybody go. And it doesn't matter just that I'm wearing a Swan hat. I love these guys. I'm a customer. I love conferences. I love meeting my extended family from all over the world. So everybody should go. I know Alex can say all kinds of stuff about the same thing. So thanks.
Alex, you want to add to that? Why should people go to these conferences?
Well, to Pacific Bitcoin in particular, because I think it's going to be very, very strong in terms of signal. There's lots of conferences, but this one's got a smaller footprint in terms of the number of people. I want to say there's probably maybe going to be 1,500, 2,000 people there, maybe-ish, somewhere in that range. And so when you got guys like Sailor and all the speakers, the entire speaker lineup, and you have much less people, you've got a very high signal to person ratio. I think that's pretty cool. And, you know, it's just going to be more of a close-knit thing. And I think it's a great opportunity to get really close to people and meet them in person. And once you feel people's energy and understand who they're really coming from, because, like, I don't know, you can read articles, you can even see podcasts and stuff like that, but meeting people in person, you get a hug from somebody, I mean, you can tell, like, the energy there, in my opinion. It's not fake. You know, these people are real. You know, this is a real thing. This isn't some scam. This isn't some, you know, waste of time. The level of conviction that you'll get from going to something like this. If you're on the fence, if you're considering Bitcoin, you're on the fence, go to this thing. You'll figure it out. I promise you by the end of it.
All right, gentlemen, the time is up. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you very much.
Really,
Good seeing both of
really
you guys.
appreciate it. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jim. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Pacific Bitcoin Kickoff stream by Swan Bitcoin. I'm your host, Nico from Simply Bitcoin. Take advantage of the promo code, all caps PARTY. And also, you have a chance. There's one more ticket to be given away. You have to go to swanbitcoin.com/PB giveaway for a chance to win a free Pacific Bitcoin ticket. We have one more to give away. And remember the promo code, guys. This is PARTY to get a major discount on your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. All right, let's talk about the next panelist. We have Matthew Pines from the Bitcoin Policy Institute. We have Crypto Graffitti. He's a Bitcoin artist, one of my favorite, actually. And we have Becca. Becca is the founder of Anchor Watch Insurance. How you doing, guys and ladies?
Hey there. Good evening.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome. Let me start the countdown. Let's do this. Here we go. We got 15 minutes on the clock. Let's see how much we can go through today. All right, Matthew Pines. What are some of your favorite Bitcoin wallets? And if you had to pick one, which one would it be? It could be a hardware wallet. It could be a software wallet. It's up to you. Matthew, your audio's muted. I'm gonna same question to Becca.
All right. Well, I started at Cold Card, and it's what I'm most comfortable with. So we'll take that and combine it with Spectre.
Oh! You deserve some applause for that. That was some hardcore Bitcoin answer. I like it. Cold Card and Spectre. Matthew, could you hear us? No, fortunately, you're not coming in.
And
Jacob.
where's Crypto?
He's also in there. So apparently it's gonna be me and you, Becca. Let's do it.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can. How you doing, Matthew?
That's me, Cryptography.
Oh, Crypto Graffiti. I thought you were Matthew. I've never seen your face before. That's why I got confused. So, oh Jesus Christ! Look, where's the trombone? There we go. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us. I've even bought art from you, bro. I don't even know.
So that's not me on the screen.
I think
okay. No, it's I'm like
we're gonna have just like a ventriloquist go.
Oh man. Nico's really confused right now. We got Matthew and Crypto Graffiti's just audio only. Okay, I'm understanding now. Camila is giving me a hard time. This is pretty crazy. I don't know what to think. All right, Matthew, back to you, and then we'll ask questions to Crypto Graffiti. What are some of your favorite Bitcoin wallets? It could also be a software wallet.
Yeah, so I like CoinKite's Cold Card and Blue Wallet. I think those are pretty, on different ends of the spectrum. If you're coming in just new, Blue Wallet's great. If you're, ready to kind of step up, go for CoinKite stuff.
Awesome. Okay, and Crypto Graffiti, brother, could we hear you?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Wallet of Satoshi, Blue Wallet, Cold Card, the usual suspects.
Awesome. All right. Very good answers. You could tell they're all Bitcoiners. I really like that. I really like that. Okay. All right. Matthew Pines. I'm going to give you 60 seconds with Janet Yellen. And she wants to know how you feel about the Biden digital assets framework. Please let her know. All right, Jacob. Start the timer.
Well, Secretary Yellen, I appreciate your attention to this very serious issue and really dedicating a lot of the resources of the federal government to writing more white papers. These are really helpful and really advance the ball on a critical topic. Maybe you should talk to people who actually work with these digital assets before writing and making national policy, and bring people into the room that don't have a heavy bag that they're trying to protect. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of folks that you might be reaching out to that are trying to convince you that certain things are not securities. That might not be the best voices in the room to listen to, and maybe take a second look at a real decentralized asset that might have national security advantages for the U.S. So if you're going to pull the Tiger team together at the Treasury Department, maybe invite some Bitcoiners.
Very nice. Very nice. You got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Finished before the time. Wow. Matthew Pines coming in. I liked all of those answers. So back to the awesome panel that we have. Becca, self-custody insurance. How does that work?
Indeed. So, I mean, it works like pretty similar to a property policy. So something like you would have homeowner's policy or maybe a policy on diamond earrings. Works super similarly. So it's specifically for people who have their Bitcoin in cold storage. This is a cold storage plan. on hardware wallets, and we go through a process to prove that they have physical custody, and then we get them bound up and cover theft and loss from catastrophic events.
So, but it isn't like people still take self custody, but what you do is you ensure people taking self custody.
So yeah, we're ensuring people's access to their specific Bitcoin that is stored on a hardware wallet. So it really is very true self custody, complete self custody, but with a backstop of regulated insurance.
So, but how do you verify that someone doesn't just pretend like you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you verify that someone isn't stealing their own Bitcoin to collect the insurance money?
Yeah. So up front, we're going to prove that they have custody at the time of binding by having them do the attestation process on approved wallets. And we also ask them to confirm certain security practices that they're doing at home. And then from there, if necessary, we'd be doing any sort of investigations if something went wrong for one of our customers. But it is the attestation up front.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. Very, very nice. And very interesting. When I saw your background, when I saw that you're the founder of Anchor Watch Insurance, I was like, how does that work? Self custody? Is it full self custody? Is it semi custody? What is it? But very interesting.
Like we've got co-founders Rob Hamilton and Joe Carlisari. So they've built out the tech, and then Joe on the legal side, and we put together a product that we think is really great.
Awesome. So Crypto Graffitti, I confused you with Matthew Pines. I was extremely embarrassing. I was like, I thought I knew him. But look, there's a lot of Bitcoin art. What is it about Bitcoin that makes so many artists, including yourself, want to make art about it?
Oh man, it's just a well of inspiration and ideas. Like, I think we all want a better world. We think Bitcoin is going to be the thing that's going to bring that. So it's just endlessly inspirational.
What did you tell us a little bit more? Can you elaborate?
Yeah. So can you actually hold on 1 second?
Okay. All right. We'll pivot. No worries. We will pivot to Matthew Pines. So Matthew Pines, you work at the Bitcoin Policy Institute. David Zell is a good friend of mine. You've seen like the last really month or two have been absolutely insane. We've seen, the digital assets framework. We also saw for the first time the Treasury Department sanctioning open source software rather than an individual or a government. I think this is clearly, I think a lot of these things are malicious. So where do we stand? Is this a case of them just not knowing, or is this a case of bureaucrats scared that they're losing a lot of their power that comes from having a monopoly on the creation of money?
I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I mean, the government is a kind of a messy, complicated beast, and there's certain parts of it that are, kind of have a very narrow focus, and that's a law enforcement focus, a financial intelligence focus, and so that's their mission. That's what they do, and that's what you're going to get out of that part of the government. The question is, are there other folks in the government that maybe have a slightly broader perspective? And when you're creating national policies, right, you get sort of this incoherence, right? If you read those kind of high-level reports that are put out by the Commerce Department and other departments and agencies, they're written by committee, right? You can sort of see they're almost incoherent internally. Like some passages seem very negative about Bitcoin. Others seem remarkably open, right? The one that came out from the Office of Science and Technology Policy on sort of climate and energy issues had that sort of kind of bipolar appearance, right? You read it and you saw, oh wait, they seem to be like missing the per transaction thing. It's like they cite a lot of Digiconomist and the sort of typical FUD stuff, but they also have like remarkably kind of up to date and kind of balanced sort of perspective on flare gas. Being kind of a very positive sort of externality associated with Bitcoin mining. So I think you're just sort of in this period where kind of the legacy mentality, and there are elements that are really, somewhat threatened by Bitcoin and sort of open digital monetary networks, when there's other parts of the government that I think are sort of neutral to positive, and is sort of in this, as it's become more of a salient issue for national policy, all those different perspectives are now kind of coming into the blender, and you're seeing kind of somewhat of a schizophrenic kind of policy outcome. So, I mean, net, right, I think the trend is still positive, but I think you see periods and certain elements of policy that are, certainly negative and, deserve to be pushed back against.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last 30 seconds. Do you have any bullish thoughts, ideas, feelings? What are you most excited about Pacific Bitcoin?
I'm excited, honestly, to get down there, talk to some of our partners, some of our friends. We're at a point that we can really start talking about more details with the self-custody policies. So yeah, just looking forward to getting down there. Glad it's on the West Coast too.
Awesome. Oh, we are out of time. All right, Matthew and Matthew, hold on. Matthew and Becca, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Hope to meet you guys in the flesh. I'm sorry about the mix-up. This is just crazy. So many things happening. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Guys, next panel is going to be awesome. You're listening to the Pacific Bitcoin Kickoff stream by Swan Bitcoin. I'm your host, Nico, from Simply Bitcoin. You can take advantage of the promo code ALLCAPSPARTY to get a major discount on Pacific Bitcoin. Also, we have one more ticket that we are giving away. You can go to swanbitcoin.com/P. Jacob, could you pull it up, please? Thank you, sir. Swanbitcoin.com PB giveaway for a chance to win a free ticket to Pacific Bitcoin. I want to introduce our next guest. It's going to be an awesome panel. We have CJ Wilson. He's a retired MLB pitcher, Porsche, Audi, BMW dealer in Fresno. We have Amanda. She's part of the Bitcoin Today Coalition and Bitcoin Skit Summit. And we have Will Reeves, CEO at Fold, and also James Lavish. He's a reformed hedge fund manager and ex-Yale hockey player. How are you guys doing? James, nice to see you again. I saw you yesterday.
We just did this, didn't we?
I know, right? Oh, seeing you again.
It seems
Will,
like it seems like we did.
I know. Too much Nico in your life. Will, I think we saw each other in Austin.
Never.
And Amanda, how you doing? First time meeting you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
All right, guys, let's get it started. All right, Amanda, we're going to play a game. Shout out to Chris for this recommendation. You need to escape your citadel. You only have 60 seconds to find as many survival items as possible.
Ooh. Okay, so go now, right? So probably like a rifle, ammo, my citadel's in the mountains, so layers, clothes, little backpack, little go bag that's ready to go, rope, tent, sleeping bag, tarp, extra gas to put in the car. I'm not sure how much time I have left.
You got 30
Horse.
seconds.
I'm going to say a horse, a trailer with horses. We're going for it. We're going big. Maybe like a dirt bike or something, and then shovels, pickaxe, like all the tools. Oh my God, what are they called? Something to cut down wood. There we go. So I can build a little fort. And lots of fire starting capabilities. So a blowtorch, definitely a blowtorch.
Very good answer. Very good answer. All right. Same question for Will Reeves. Jacob, let's restart the counter. Here we go. Will Reeves, you got 60 seconds.
Nico, I'm going to make this easy. I need my 12-word mnemonic phrase, and I will rebuild my citadel at the next location. I am fully prepared there. Actually, Camila, from the crowdsourcing, I will definitely grab a couple Bitopolis there, so at least I can chill some goods and provide some good entertainment at the next citadel I show up. Maybe, Nico, I'm going to show up at your spot. I from our last conversation together, I've heard you have a pretty nice setup, and maybe finding my way over to you.
Yeah, I would love for that. Will has to come on Simply one day, maybe. Anyways, James, we're gonna restart the clock and the epic music. But you get special score, Will, because you finished with time on the clock, man.
Nice.
That's some good
Nice.
stuff. Anyways, back to the question for James. James sick of me. We just did a very long podcast yesterday.
Mine's
Good to see you again, James.
pretty good to see you, man. So mine's pretty. I've got this rooftop tent, my Land Cruiser. 2 boxes out in my garage. They're literally just bug out boxes. They're in my truck. Some of my ammo and my guns, and I'm good to. Let's go. It's simple.
Ooh. You got okay, but that's not fair, Chris. These are Bitcoiners that you were asking that question to. All Bitcoiners are ready for this. Oh man!
She told us. So you've got your sleep food, you've got your hot pot, you've got gas. I mean, it's all in there, and it's everybody should have a bug out bag.
Everyone, I 100% agree with that statement. Everyone, it's not even an option. You have to have it. It's mandatory. Anyways, Amanda, back to you. What is your favorite article or book on Bitcoin? Perhaps it could be, sometimes I read books that aren't perhaps on Bitcoin, but somehow my head makes them related to Bitcoin. So what's your favorite book or article?
Yeah, I'd say my favorite. I mean, I think we have to learn lessons the hard way sometimes in life, right? And so old school lesson learning, probably Siddhartha. And then as far as like more Bitcoin oriented go, I'll probably like shill our book. We wrote a book for policymakers, Bitcoin and the American Dream. So it's just like a short little like 70-page book for staffers to understand what the hell this is so they don't mess it up, basically.
Gotcha. Okay, good. I like that. All right, same question to Will. What's your favorite book or article that you've read related to Bitcoin?
It's a good question. I mean, so I actually, maybe not my favorite. This is one I just read. It's called The Immortal Game. It's about essentially the history of chess, and it's amazing to see this game that was released in the world with this essentially evolving with this decentralized group of individuals across the world, creating a rule set to this game that we all come to consensus to agree on. And now you can go anywhere in the world and play this game. Now, unfortunately, there's a little bit of, we don't have the idea of proof of work embedded into the core of it, but there was so many corollaries to the spread of the idea in the game of chess with the spread of and the idea of Bitcoin. So definitely one of those books that you're reading and you're not looking for, you're actually trying to escape the world of Bitcoin for a little bit, because your day-to-day is just absolutely bombarded with this in our industry. And sure enough, I found myself right at the center of Bitcoin.
Interesting. Back to you, Will. Who orange pilled you? Who orange pilled the CEO of Fold?
I mean, to be honest, I think this is a little cliche, but I went down on the Andreas videos quite a bit.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Those lectures, man. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, still to this day, regardless of where Andreas is gone, I wish we could see a little bit more of him sometimes. But to be honest, the breadth of, I think now a lot of people are filling in individual portions of the breadth of kind of his talks that he did, from the political to the game theory to the, social. Like, he covered so much ground, and it really allowed a lot of different people coming from a lot of different perspectives to find their way into Bitcoin, to find their foothold. And I think a lot of people to this day are just now filling in a piece of that, but Andreas really covered a ton of ground. I still love those. I return to some of them every once in a while. So have a lot to give to that guy.
Yeah, no, the golden cage of banking, like there's so many of those lectures that he's lecturing a group of people. He does it off the cuff. He does it off the top of his head. I really, really recommend. That's exactly how I orange pilled myself too. I would listen to those lectures on repeat till like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it really opened my eyes. The whole system is effed. That's the perspective that I saw from it. James, you put reformed hedge fund manager in your bio. When you say reformed hedge fund manager, does any of that have to do with Bitcoin?
To do with Bitcoin. Now I understand how it's really messing with everybody in the world. Sorry, my bulldog wanted to come up for a second. So, yeah, I mean, it's just a change of mentality. I was one of those guys that did from the system for so many years, and I realized just how outright evil it is. And absolutely despicable. It hurts everybody who is not, and help fix that. And to help, and we talked about it. We talked about how the money is broken and it needs to be changed, and the lead to Bitcoin. I can't remember who said it, but Greg. I think maybe Jeff Booth said, I can't remember. Yeah, that's just the way it is, and educate people and fix that.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Amanda, back to you.
Mhm.
How has Bitcoin changed you?
Oh, wow. I dropped out of college and started my first business, and I think I didn't realize it was in healthcare and from the academic, systems to religion to healthcare, all of this, I never was able to make my way as an entrepreneur. And I was always like, what's going on, right? This doesn't make sense. This is the right thing to do. So finding Bitcoin, I think it allowed me to understand that most of these systems are broken. And we have a way around it now. So it's such an elegant, simple, perfect way around these things that, I mean, it's completely changed how, everything from how I eat, how I spend my time to who I talk to.
And I'm going to tie this up, right? We have the reform hedge fund manager. Amanda said, Will, how has Bitcoin changed you?
Bitcoin has brought me a community. I was just talking. So right now I'm with most of the Fold team. We got a house right now. We got skeef on the grill. The other day we were in the car, and not all of us are firmly in the Bitcoin world yet. Sometimes you have to hire people who are just really good at their job and come in. And they said, there's something different about coming and working with people in the Bitcoin space, and what is that? And I think it's really just finding that you have some connection, actually doing something you believe in, a movement that you're attached to that is deeply, even beyond political, it is deeply social, a community that is brought, and ultimately it brings more joy to the work that we bring, more generally to my life. It has certainly created a lifestyle that I feel very blessed to have, and I think a lot of people on the Fold team and people who get to work on Bitcoin, talk about Bitcoin, write about Bitcoin, also get to enjoy. It is certainly not a one part of your life. It's something that has a tendency to invade all aspects, and I feel extremely blessed to have found my path into this space.
I think a lot of us feel that way for sure, man. Camila in the comments, we're truly blessed. By the way, announcement from Chris. Will and Fold are giving away a whole Bitcoin guaranteed at Pacific Bitcoin. Woohoo. Be sure to apply the code PARTY to enjoy today's flash sale. Speaking of code PARTY, take advantage of the promo code, all caps, PARTY, to get a major discount on your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering the last minute. Please tell me your bullish thoughts, feelings, ideas, anything at all.
We're about to make someone a whole coin.
I'll go
Yeah.
at once.
Look, I got cricket sounds for this. Hold on.
You got it. I like the whole coiner angle.
No, that's a lot. That's a lot of corn. I know that Fold is great. What? Go ahead, James.
what is more getting all the Bitcoiners out of California for a month?
Yeah.
That is here for. And it's not like the other day about it. And it's not in Miami where you're going to have these are all passionate Bitcoin, excited to be surrounded by these people I've ever that I've met, and I've been years, and I love being around. I'm super bullish about that.
Awesome. All right, guys. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Here's the buzzer. We're out of time. We're out of time. All right. All right, James, Will, Amanda, thank you so much for joining us on the panel.
you.
Hope to see you guys at Pacific Bitcoin in the flesh. Guys, take advantage of the promo code. You are watching the Pacific Bitcoin kickoff stream by Simply Bitcoin. Promo code, all caps, party. Get a major discount to Pacific Bitcoin Conference. Also, we are doing a giveaway. I think we have one ticket left. Oh, let me announce the third winner. The third winner is Greg Athas. So we've given away three Pacific Bitcoin tickets. We have one left. Jacob, thank you so much. For a chance to win, go to swanbitcoin.com/PB giveaway for a chance to win a free ticket to the Pacific Bitcoin Conference. That being said, I want to introduce our last panel. We have the one, the only, the legendary Brady. He is the co-founder of Swan Bitcoin and the head of education and marketing. We have Preston Pysh from the Investors Podcast, and we have Erik, Cason. He's a crypto anarchist and Cypherpunk. Really excited to have you guys on. Let me start the timer. Here we got 15 minutes. Let's do this. It looks like Preston couldn't make it today, or maybe he's running a little late. I don't know. Anyways, Brady, how you doing,
What's
buddy?
up? What's going on, Nico? I'm doing very well tonight. Excited to see Erik here as well. It's good to see you, man. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Do I have some things for you guys? All right, so let's start with Brady, and let's see who I have Brady talking to. Brady, I have you talking to Peter Schiff for 60 seconds.
All right, Peter Schiff.
Let's do it.
Peter Shifty.
Peter Shifty. All right, Nico's going away. Shit. Oh, I deleted the thing again. Oops. Sorry, guys. I'm doing this on air, man. A lot of moving buttons. All right, Jacob.
You're doing it live, man.
Please play the 60 seconds.
Oh, man. It's not even worth my time. Honestly, not even worth my time.
That is the best response of the day.
Yeah, I just turn around and walk away. His son, though, is fantastic. Spencer, cool kid, great guy. Will do big things in the world.
Okay. All right. No Peter Schiff. All right, guys. So let's check out some other questions. What has been your favorite thing about working at Swan all these years, Brady?
All these years? Wow, it has been many years now. That's funny. Man, it's been a dream come true. I've always wanted to work or found a company that got some traction, co-found a company and at least be part of the early stage, and got to be in Bitcoin and with some amazing people. Like the Swan crew, legit, amazing human beings. So it's been amazing. Yeah, it's just been a wild ride and tons of fun.
Awesome. All right, Erik, I'm going to try it, but it's not going to be Schiff. It's going to be Christine Lagarde. And she has a problem. She has a problem with you holding your Bitcoin in an unhosted wallet. You got 60 seconds to tell her how you feel and what you think. Jacob, 60 seconds, please.
Hi, Miss Lagarde. First of all, I just want to tell you, I think you're a deplorable human being. I really, really don't like you. And also, I would really just kind of encourage you to really kind of think about the direction that these things are going. And also, let's just present the fact, you are a convicted criminal, but you were found favorable, by the French court, so you didn't have to serve any time. I mean, really, at the end of the day, like this is a tidal wave, and you know, you can either get crushed by it or you can get out of the way. It's really up to you. And also just know that like we're not gonna help you out once you kind of start drowning. Not that we're gonna help you out in the first place, but we just kind of want to let you know there's a tidal wave coming. You could do something about it. Pretty sure you're not. So best of luck. Take care.
Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. I really enjoyed that.
I like that
Okay.
approach.
That was a good approach. That was it. But I'm not going to lie, though. Brady had the best, and it surprised me. I was supposed to be the one doing the surprising. Brady jujitsu'd me and threw it back at me. Very, very smart. Anyways, Erik, another question for you. Do you think we'll win this? And why do you think we'll win?
I do think we'll win this. It's the question of how long the timing is and what this is explicitly. At the end of the day, like this is about math. Like this is like a very simple rudimentary thing. Like at the bottom, their accounting is fundamentally flawed because they can make up money out of anything. Do you like want to hold your wealth in something that's going to get debased? Probably not. That's kind of the story of human history. The internet's a relatively new thing. Bitcoin's kind of a brand new thing. And I think kind of as time goes on, people are going to realize the internet's not going away. Bitcoin's not going away. Money will continually be debased and abused at your loss. So if you want to use some logic, you can kind of put these things together and go like, oh, wow, like Bitcoin's the thing that like solves this. Or you could do like another decade of pain and agony. It's really up to you. So.
Absolutely. What's at stake if we lose?
Everything. Like this is actually like, and when I state that, like that sounds like it's hyperbolic, but no, I actually mean everything. Like this is they're going to get the panopticon. They're going to get mass surveillance on everyone for all financial transactions at all points in time with anything that they do. They're going to use that to cut you off. They're going to use that to force your hand on everything. Like this is really, really scary, and it's really big. And it's so big that as you like zoom out more and more, you realize that it is bigger and bigger and bigger until you realize it sort of consumes everything. And that's why protecting ourselves and not just saying no, but that you can't. And that's what's so important, is because they're going to force the situation to where we're going to have to answer, I will not. And that will force their hand.
Beautiful. Back to you, Brady. Brady, what event at Pacific Bitcoin are you the most excited about?
Oh, that's a great one. There's so many. I'm really into the Swan Dome, into the vibe there. It's going to be a very community, fun, entertaining vibe, mixed in with some great education and deep dives too. But I think I'm really looking forward to, I'm going to have to pick two. The trivia, which is going to be run by Walker and Carla, the crypto couple. So you'll be able to sign up soon. We're going to do trivia teams. We're going to give away 4 VIP tickets to the winning team. Each team will have 4 people. And I know it's going to be a riot because crypto couple is hosting it. So that's going to be a good time. And then shanties with Alan Farrington and Brekkie to close out day one. That was my favorite moment of Bitcoin 2021 was everybody like locking arms and singing sea shanties in the Swan Dome, like 80, it was probably like 50 guys. It sounded amazing. Vibes were super high. So we're going to do it again.
Who was the head of that? I didn't know. I didn't know that much people knew how to sing shanties.
Yeah, well, BTC Minstrel does these shanties. He hasn't done one for a while, but I think he's got 4 or 5 that he's made. They're Bitcoin sea shanties, and one of them is about Surfer Jim, which is I think the most popular. But there are several others, and they're just super addictive and fun to sing, with beers and a bunch of deep voices just going at it together. I don't know, it's just energy. So I'm looking forward to it again.
So what do you guys, how is this conference going to be different than all the other Bitcoin conferences? Why should people go?
I think this one hits kind of a sweet spot between like just big enough for like that big crowd energy, an amazing speaker lineup, super dense content. Both stages are just everything is really high quality every minute of the day. And then it's also small enough to, like, you know, go and talk to those speakers that you've been learning from or would love to talk to. So I think it'll be small enough to be able to do that. I think it's gonna be a perfect balance. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be inspiring. It's gonna be educational. And I think people are gonna leave more bullish than ever. I guess that's our goal, is to make people leave at their peak bullishness, achieve a personal best in bullishness. That's what we're going for. That's our KPI.
That makes me extremely bullish. Guys, you can take advantage of the promo code all caps party to get a major discount to your Pacific Bitcoin tickets. Back to you, Erik.
What am I excited about for the conference?
Yes, sir.
For me, it's always just getting a vibe with people. Like speaking's fun, and I really enjoy doing it. But it's almost always like I have these really crazy esoteric conversations with people who I couldn't have really predicted. But yeah, that solidarity and connection is what always has me coming back to these. And also more so than anything else, like in relation to your other question, like that's why we're going to win. Like we have the smartest, bestest, brightest, most talented, thoughtful, creative people participating in this. Like I feel like Bitcoiners are just the cream of the crop of the fiat world. And so that gives me more hope than anything.
Absolutely. That community, right? That this community that kind of, you know, fights with each other sometimes, but also savagely gets each other's backs. And I think that is absolutely beautiful. So gentlemen, really interested. I'm taking advantage of the fact that you guys are here. Brady, what is your favorite Bitcoin article or book that you would recommend to people? Maybe to people that were just getting into the space.
Yeah. My personal favorite, and I think it's a great way to get into the space, just because of the writing style. And yeah, like I keep saying vibe, but the vibe of the book, it's right behind me. It's not there. 21 Lessons.
God damn it.
By Gigi.
That's what I wanted to say.
Gigi's the man.
Yeah.
You have to read that.
This is like my all-time favorite. It sits on my nightstand. Sometimes I'll just flip in, and I just love the way he writes.
Yeah. And the way that guy Swan reads. It's like a match made in heaven.
Yep.
I agree. Erik, same question, my friend. We got a couple minutes left.
You really stole my thunder there. I love Gigi, and he's when people ask me that, that's who I refer them to, and who anybody who's curious who doesn't know, that's the book I give to them. So stole my thunder on that. You know, one of the classics that I really love is Breedlove's The Masters and Slaves of Money, because I think like having the background of understanding that money has always been an instrument to help instill the powerful to be able to enslave others is really important. And I think in that he lays it out in such a great way. So I think if you need to load up on some historic context of why we need Bitcoin, that's definitely up there on my favorites.
Yep.
Awesome. I saw Camila ask, said, what am I excited about? What am I excited about the Bitcoin conference? Obviously doing Simply Bitcoin from the Swan Dome. That's what I'm excited about. I'm really, really pumped for that. It's going to be a great time. Hope to see all you guys there. And it's interesting you said that, Brady, because Chris said the same thing, right? She said it's not going to be big enough where people get lost in the sauce, but it's not that small, but it's very condensed, right? It has all these great speakers.
Yep.
But it's also very homey in a way, right? So I'm very excited, you know, to meet a lot of you all. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. Guys, that was the stream. That was pretty crazy. That was the 2-hour marathon.
Let me just tease a couple of maybe a couple panels.
Go for it.
That would be fun because we'll be publishing the entire schedule soon. We've been working hard on it. Bitcoin's Technological Future with Sean Anderson from Cash App, Dhruv Bansal from Unchained, and Warren Tagomi from Blockstream, hosted by Guy Swan. I'm looking forward to that one. All Your Models Are Destroyed with Preston, Lavish, and Leclerc. That's going to be a great one. We've got Fireside Chats with Jeff Booth, with Alex Epstein, with Michelle Phan. And then on the second day, we have, let's see, there's one here with Mr. Cason, as a matter of fact, and Tomer Strolight and Brandon Quittem. So it's called The Answer to Life, the Universe, and Everything. We're going to get cosmic for sure. And that day closes out with a fireside chat with Lynn Alden, hosted by Preston Pysh, and then Michael Saylor, hosted by Cory Klippsten. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome. Guys, like I said, take advantage of the promo code PARTY to get a 20% Dix discount. Also want to announce the 4th ticket winner. Congrats to you, Vincent BitGo. So congratulations, man. We will reach out, or the Swan people, Swan guys will reach out over email. Play the buzzer. Time's up. Thank you so much. And we're going to roll out the Pacific Bitcoin kickoff stream by Swan Bitcoin. I'm your host, Nico from Simply Bitcoin. Thanks, everybody.
See y'all there.